Okay, hello. I hope you can see me and hear me. So I'm just going to give the algorithm a moment to kick in. Excuse me if my nose sounds weird. I've just come back from the swimming pool where I've had a beautiful swim, just under a mile. I only had 35 minutes, so that was all I could do. So I'm just giving everyone a moment to come in. So if you can see me, if you can hear me, let me know. And we will get started. So what we're going to be doing today on this live, I felt really called to do this. It seems pretty important right now. Oh, there seems to be a lot of fear around, isn't there? A lot of fear. And, we hear all these news reports about the coronavirus and how many are dying from it and how many are catching it and how it's spreading and how everyone's going into quarantine. And then there's panic buying and, okay. So here's the thing. So first I'm going to give you a little bit of background to kind of what's led up to all this fear stuff, which may or may not have caused the coronavirus to, I don't know. So I'll just put that into context. So if you're here, if you can hear me and you can see me, please post in the comment that you can hear me and see me. And if you think someone else would benefit from this emotional release of fear around the coronavirus, please tag them to invite them to this. And yes, this will work on replay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background to kind of the fear culture that's kind of bubbling up right now, which seems to have created some interesting scenarios. I'm also going to be sharing and explaining to you how conscious emotional transformation, this is our emotional release process, how that works, why it works, very, very briefly. It's really simple, super powerful. The noise in the background is my central heating, getting overexcited. Pumps, kind of bit of a metaphor for what's going on, and how the release works. And then we're going to do the release. So first of all, let's explain kind of what's going on with this whole slightly, I don't know if you've noticed it, the slightly fear-based, there's a lot of fear around right now. So right now, and if you've watched any of my other videos about the evolution of the species, Project Theos, go and have a look. They'll be around. You can go and watch some of those. And they'll explain, right now we're in a time of, there's a lot of information, but there's also a lot of misinformation. Now, as a result of that, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of kind of prevalence right now of this sort of the basic culture seems to be, or that a lot of messages within the culture go like this. This is what it looks like. There's something out to get us. There's something bigger than us, more powerful than us, dangerous, and it is actively out to get us. Not just, oh, there's some danger in the world and we got to look out for it. There's something, an organization, an institution, a government society, scientists, big pharma, something. There's something, it's bigger than you, it's more powerful than you, and it's out to get you. And of course, when you're kind of bombarded with that message all the time, and by the way, I'm not saying there's no danger in the world. I'm not saying that, everything is, let's not do fluffy unicorns, everything's fine, we can all levitate. By the way, guys, I'm not seeing any posts. I don't know why I'm not seeing any posts. If you can hear me and you can see me, can you just post, yeah, I can hear you. If you like what I'm saying so far, click a little likey, little love, share a little love, right? So I'm not saying that there's no danger. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that there is this kind of undercurrent, this kind of narrative right now that pretty much everywhere you look, the message is something more powerful than you, out to get you. And what this is basically based on is the fundamental sense is you are weak, you are vulnerable, and you need somebody or something to protect you. So here's the first piece that I want you to really step into. And it's kind of almost the best way of thinking about this is a series of questions. So do you believe at a fundamental level that we are all an aspect of the divine? If you believe we're all an aspect of the divine, so first of all, if you believe yes to that and post yes, I'm thinking maybe you can't hear me because nobody has not a single person has said yes, you can hear me. Can you? Okay, I'll just keep going. I'm just going to assume you can hear me, or you're really, really shy, or you just like to lurk and hide in case somebody's out to get you. Okay, or maybe I don't know, maybe I can't see the comments. Maybe they are there and I can't see them. Somebody shared that, that's good. So, first of all, do you fundamentally believe you're divine? That the divine is within you, that you are an expression of the divine. So we'll work on that basis that you've probably said yes to that. That you're a spiritual being having a human experience. Then, do you believe that the divine is infinite and therefore infinitely powerful? Well, it kind of makes sense that it would be. Yeah, that's kind of the definition of the divine, really. So therefore, you are an aspect of something that is greater, but it is you. So you and the divine are one. There's only an illusion of separation, and therefore, as an aspect of the divine, what could possibly threaten you or harm you? Only that which caused you to choose to believe that you're not divine. Okay, so hopefully that's, I don't know, if you've got any questions about that, let me know. So, next thing is, so we're in this fear-based culture where the narrative is there's something like you're not divine, you're not all-powerful, you're disconnected from Source, which is all-powerful, and you just got to hope that maybe Source will notice you and like swoop in and protect you, but maybe you're not worthy enough or good enough for that, so you'll just have to be attacked by whatever it is that's out to get you. So if we live in a fear-based culture, we're in a society where it is all about there's something out to get you, we will start to create or attract in our experience things that are out to get us, or things that could damage us or could harm us. So if that's the case, then if that's the case, that would be the perfect creation opportunity for something like coronavirus, right? Be perfect creation opportunity for that. Okay. So that's kind of like, I'm not saying that we imagined it or made it up. It's real because it's here in the physical reality. But like the events, the choices, decisions, and steps that led to that creation, could they have been created, like triggered by the belief and the narrative of the culture? I don't know. And I'm not saying I have I'm not saying I have any answers. I'm just speculating here. But these things, I don't know if this makes sense. If this makes sense, let me know. Give me a little thumbs up. Give me a little like, love thing. Okay, we've got more people jumping on. So again, if you can hear me, if you can see me, let me know. And if you like what I'm saying, let me know. And if you think someone else would benefit from releasing the fear, or maybe they know someone else they can pass it on to, either share it or tag them in this. So, no, and there's no judgment of this. So what we developed here in Psychademy is a process which we've called conscious emotional transformation. And it works on this basis. So first of all, it's a methodology that enables you to release. Oh, hey, Elizabeth, hi, I can see your post. Why can I not see the comments? There's something really weird going on here. I'll have to come back and look at the comments later. So I just saw that one kind of pop up somewhere else. So, okay, so cool. I can see that you've commented, but not what you've said. So it works on the basis that, so this is our emotional release process, and it works on this basis, that you are an infinite being, and the idea is that that kind of the purpose of life is for love or source or infinite source energy, or call it prana or chi or love, whatever you want. We'll just use the word love, but replace it with energy, source, the universe, God, whatever word works for you. So the idea is you are you are an expression of source, and that source or love energy should flow through you infinitely. And any time that there's a resistance to that, what you experience is what we now label negative emotion: anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt. We're going to release fear today. Now, and you've probably heard of this, like there is only love and anything else is an illusion. I don't know that it's an illusion, but I'm going to label it resistance to love. So you absolutely do feel the fear, because what would happen is energy is trying to flow and it hits this block and then it bounces back. And what you feel is this kind of congestion of energy here as it's trying to flow. And then what you have is on this side, you have a buildup of energy, and on this side, you have a depletion of energy. And what you experience in your neurology and your nervous system is the difference. Too much energy this side, not enough energy that side. And that difference is what you feel, and you would label that fear, anger, sadness. So let's walk you through this. So anger is the feeling you feel when somebody gives you, or you create an experience that feels like somebody has done something that's unloving. Sadness is the feeling you feel when you perceive that you have lost something that you love. I could relate to this. Well, my mother died just a few months ago, and then I released it, and now I experience her being present with me all the time. Doesn't mean I don't still miss her, though. So sadness, the feeling you feel when you perceive that you have lost something that you love. Fear is the feeling you feel when you perceive that you have or will lose, or that you will lose something that you love. So like your life, your health, your ability to move around, like in the example of the coronavirus. So that's fear. Hurt is the feeling you feel when you want to give love, but people reject it, and you perceive it as you or your love being rejected, and it kind of bounces back to you. A lot of spiritual people, a lot of highly conscious people experience this, the hurt, as you know, because they've got a lot of love to give. They're giving and giving and giving, and then not everybody wants your love. And the thing is, like, wouldn't it be great if you could just be okay and just give love to those who want it, and those who don't want it, it's like, oh, they're just not my people. But we don't always work like that, and we want to give love to everyone, and so sometimes that bounces back, and we feel that or perceive that as hurt. And then guilt, guilt's a funny one, I like guilt. Guilt's the feeling you feel when you perceive that you didn't love enough, that you could have loved more. So every negative emotion is a resistance to love. Now, there are a lot of emotional release processes out there, but what they do is, they work on this basis. So energy is trying to flow along, love is trying to flow, hits a resistance, so it's got a congestion of energy here and a depletion here. And then like say Reiki, what Reiki does is it will, where there's congestion, it actually, and then depletion, what it does is it boosts up the side where there's depletion. So it flows energy, lots of lovely Reiki energy that side, and then then it's balanced. But the resistance is still there. So a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, then you need to go and have Reiki again. And that's also true of things like emotrance, EFT, and a lot of hypnosis-y, guided meditation type stuff. Now, to my knowledge, conscious emotional transformation is the only process, and I don't know, I do not know of any that I haven't tried or trained in. I've trained in pretty much every emotional release process that there is that I know of on the planet. You know, eye accessing, EFT, emotrance, Reiki. I'm a Reiki master 3 times over. Different forms of Reiki. I've done NLP, hypnosis, timeline therapy. And what they all do is that they balance the emotions, the energy between the resistance. So it's gone, but only for a little while. Whereas SET, to my knowledge, actually removes the resistance, so energy flows, and then it never comes back. It never comes back. Now, it does have limits. Sounds magical, doesn't it? Does have limitations. As the name suggests, so there's 2 pieces to its limitations. You can only release emotions from the past or from the present that you feel now. And you can only release, like resistance, you can only release resistance if you are conscious of it. If you're unconscious of it, the release just doesn't work. You have to bring it into your conscious awareness. So there's other work to be done around SET. But for the purposes of today's experience, we're going to work on the basis that you're already probably either running some fear or you know somebody else that is. So you're aware, you are conscious that fear is in the current narrative. Fear of getting the coronavirus, of somebody you love getting it, of society breaking down because the supply chain breaks and nobody can get diesel or tea bags or apparently toilet paper. I get very close to nature when you run out of toilet paper, right? That's what my dad used to say when we were going camping. Make sure you pack the toilet paper. You get very close to nature if you forget the toilet paper. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a process called SET, Conscious Emotional Transformation, to remove the resistance to love, specifically relating to fear of the coronavirus. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Please, if you can post yes, that will activate the process. What I'm also going to do is I am going to see if I can, as we're doing this, if I can get another window up. Just bear with me. I want to see if I can actually see your comments coming in. There's something, I know somebody else said that Facebook was doing funky things for them and they couldn't see. Let me see if I click on that, what's going to happen. So that's good. Oh, I can see. I can see hellos. Yes, you can see in here. Okay. Kirsten, Asti, Bridget, Asti again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew, I am alive. I do exist. I'm a real person. Okay, so I'm going to have to flick between screens. I don't know. Normally they show up here in my little doofa. They're not there. They're not there. Okay, never mind. So here's the questions. Let's do SET, right? If you're ready to do SET, post yes. Ready for SET. Yes to SET. So here's the first question. As you think about anything relating to the coronavirus, anything relating to the coronavirus, whether it's getting it, whether it's the society collapse, breaking down, whether it's the stock market crashing, your currency failing, whether it's everyone losing their jobs or whatever it is, anything, the not being able to get any food, not being able to get any toilet paper, no tea bags. Oh my God. I live in a farming community, so we're really good for produce. But whatever it is, any fear relating to the coronavirus, getting it, someone you love getting it. As you think about the coronavirus, do you notice, are you consciously aware that there is some fear present around that? That's all you need to do. You don't need to know what it is. You don't need to analyze it. You don't need to understand it. And you certainly don't need to make it go away. You also need to not deny it because, I'm a spiritual person. I can always go to the positive. Because what we're going to do is you can go to the positive so long as you're consciously working on it. What we're going to do is we're going to bring into your conscious awareness what has been unconscious so that you can, so that we can release it. And it's a little bit like, when you're driving a boat, and if the rudder was kilted to one side, like if the rudder was bent, it wouldn't self-steer. You would constantly have to steer it in a direction. Now, if you can do that, that's great. But wouldn't it be better if you could just let your hands off the wheel? In my head, I'm on a big old pirate ship right now. If you'd let your hands off the wheel and the boat would self-center. That's what happens when you release the fear. So you're not having to kind of, I can stay positive, I can stay positive, I can stay positive, I'm positive. You don't have to do that. It's just like, oh, yeah, okay, there's some stuff going on and I know what to do and I can take care of myself and, now I can take sensible action, I can take sensible precautions and I know what to take and I'm not in denial, but I'm not in outright panic like maybe some other people are. So first of all, itchy nose. So my nose is full of water from going to the swimming pool earlier because I wasn't afraid to do that. So now, as you think about, I'm just going to fix my hair because that's important for some reason, because it was, anyway. So as you think about the coronavirus, do you notice any fear? Post a little yes, and I'm going to go over here. And yes, thank you. Good job. Good job. Thank you for playing with me there. Okay, next thing. Is it totally okay with your conscious mind and your unconscious mind and all of your being for you to release this fear relating to the coronavirus here today and for you to be aware of it consciously? Please will you post yes, it's okay. Yes to the release. That activates the release. So we're going to need you to post a yes to the release or yes to set. Set, C-E-T. So you just post yes to set to activate the release. I'm going to post it in the comments so that hopefully you can see that and just post that yes to set. Okay, so if you post that, that will trigger the release for you. Yes to set. Okay, now when aware of it, you might feel it, you might just know it's there, you might see it and be aware of it in other people. That's still in your conscious awareness. You might be not concerned for yourself but concerned for others, be afraid for others. That's still in your conscious awareness. Okay, cool. Now the next piece is this. Let's just do the release. So ask your unconscious mind to get you in touch with all of the fear all the way back from whenever that was first installed, and whenever that is, that's perfect for you, whenever you know that is. As my higher self goes to your higher self to remove anywhere and everywhere there's resistance to love, anywhere and everywhere there's resistance to love, as my higher self goes to your higher self to remove and release anywhere and everywhere there's resistance to love, allowing the fear to go. And notice as the resistance is removed, the connection's restored such that love can flow freely and infinitely throughout your entire being, and the fear can be released. And ask your unconscious mind, what do you need to know or learn? The knowing or learning of which will enable you to let go of all of the resistance to love and all of the fear. What do you need to know or learn? The knowing or learning of which will enable you to release all of the resistance to love and the fear. And just all you need to do is pay attention to it, and you don't need to understand it. You don't need to analyze it. You don't need to try and make it go away. Just bring it into your awareness as my higher self goes to your higher self to release anywhere and everywhere there's resistance to love, to restore and repair and reconnect anywhere and everywhere there was resistance to love. So just allow your unconscious mind to go to your higher self as my higher self goes to your higher self to do that right now, and just allow that to take as long as it needs, knowing that the release that repair and removal of the resistance to love can happen instantaneously. That removal of the resistance to love can happen instantaneously. Might take a little while for the emotion to release, but the repair has happened. A little bit like when you unblock a drain. The resistance can be removed instantly, and it takes a little while for the water, for the fluid to start to flow. So allow that emotion, that love to start to flow, and notice as it starts to go. Notice when it's gone. And you don't need to understand it. You don't need to analyze it. You don't need to try and make it go away. And it doesn't matter how you're aware of it, whether you feel it, whether you know it, whether you feel it physically or emotionally. However you experience this is perfect for you. Just my higher self goes to your higher self to release anywhere and everywhere there's resistance to love. And ask your unconscious mind, what do you need to know or learn? The knowing or learning of which will allow you to easily and effortlessly let go of all of the resistance to love and all of the fear. And just notice when that's gone. Just keep paying attention to that. Keep paying attention to the feeling. As my higher self goes to your higher self to remove the resistance so the emotion can disappear right now. And now as you think about the coronavirus and anything that's going on with that, notice how it's different. You may find you can feel that old fear, and you may find you cannot. You may find that it's completely gone. You may find that the release takes a little while. You may find that it just carries on. You can do it instantaneously or even quicker than that. Good job. Now I'm just going to go over to this magic screen. Yeah, yes to set. Lots of that going on. Cool. 19 comments. Cool. Cool. That's crazy that I just can't see them in the other place. That's bonkers, isn't it? I don't know why that is. Okay. So, if you like this video, click the love button. Facebook ignores the like button now. Apparently like isn't good enough. Click the love button. If you know anyone who would benefit from this, please share it with them or tag them or just send them the link to this. Copy and paste the link and send it to them so that they know that this is here for them. This can release the fear around the fear around the coronavirus. Set can release the fear around the coronavirus. So let's do that. Let's create, instead of being in a fear-based culture, let's create an empowerment and a love-based vortex, an empowerment-based vortex, an empowerment-based microculture. So, hope you've enjoyed this. Scratch my nose, which is itchy because of going swimming. Let me know, what did you experience? Share, what did you experience? Let me know. I'm just going to see if there's any questions to come in. Trying not to sneeze. Don't know what it's like. You know what it's like when you get a load of swimming pool in your up your nose. You've ever had half a swimming pool up your nose? Okay. Not seeing any other comments. That's okay. That's okay. I will come back and answer them later if I've missed any. So please pass this on. I honestly think, go and buy your hand sanitizer if you can find any. Go and take care of yourself. Take good care of your health and your your nutrition and all of that. But the best thing you can do is stay out of the fear. And the way you stay out of the fear is to release it. Don't deny it. Don't pretend it's not there. If it's there, just come back and listen to this as many times as you like. It's here forever. Just one little caveat with this is please don't attempt to do this by just repeating this script for others, because you don't know what I'm doing inside my head to do the repair. Okay? So there's something I'm doing that will enable the repair that's beyond the linguistics. So don't just share the script, don't just read what, is essentially the script. I have a script. My Spirit Prac graduates get the script because they get initiated into being able to do this. It's part of their training. If you want to know how to do that, give us a call. Hit us up with a message over on Facebook or via our website, via the page. We'll let you know how you can do that. Honestly, this is the most empowering thing that we can get out there into the world right now, I think. So, till next time, huge, huge love, gratitude for you being here. Blessings upon your day, and I love you. Bye for now.